Alright, I'm here today at the junkyard. That's my little secret where it is. Looking for a engine swap for the new car that I bought. Last time I was here, there was a J Series Accord, like a 06 or 07, that was sitting here with a manual transmission. And that was over a year ago, so I'm not sure if it's still here, and if it is, it's probably all junk, so we'll see. Okay, if I remember correctly, it was somewhere back in here. Hey, there's something there. Get over all these gas tanks and stuff. What does that say on the windshield? I think this is the one, and motor and trans was in it last time I was here. You can't read it, but it says 06 3-liter 6-speed manual. It's been here since 2018, so it's been sitting about 4 years. Let's pause it and I'll get back there and see if there's anything left under the hood. Alright, I scaled the area between those cars. So there you see, 6-speed 06. It looks like it's been hit in the front based on how that hood looks. So that means it was probably driving when it got junked. And look at this. I think that's a J30A4, is that the right code? Or A5? So it's got the single exhaust port. Cats are gone. The starter and the alternator are gone. That's sort of standard procedure when they get a car into the yard. And then they wait until somebody comes along to buy it if they want it. So everything looks pretty complete under here. Get a chance to shifter and cables and ECU and everything are in it. Airbag's blown. That's probably why she's junked. Shifter and cables are still there. Ignition key. No key. Well, maybe I'll find the key sitting on the ground here in a lock or something. I'll look around. Now I gotta talk to the man and see what he would get for this setup. Alright, well, I don't think I've ever been so happy to have a conversation with someone. He told me if I pull, so I volunteered to pull the shifter, the cables, and the ECU and the wire harness, then they don't have to think around with that when they pull the motor out. He said I can pay for it today and take all that stuff with me, and they'll pull the motor and trans for me. I can come back for it. $400, and it's got I don't know how many miles it's got on it, but I'll have to look around a little bit to figure it out. But the car looks like it's been generally well taken care of, so that's a good sign. I might pull a valve cover before I take it. You know what? I'm not even going to do that. I'm just going to do my work here and get on my way. Because worst case, the transmission is worth more than $400. So, and you can buy a new J Series engine all day long from any minivan anywhere. So I'm not too worried about that. So this thing's, I think, rated at 244 horsepower. I would build my own mounts for it. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. So I'm going to start working on this thing and get the important parts out, and I'll be back with you as I make some progress. Okay, the first step is complete, and that is smash down all these thorn bushes so you can actually access the car. And my plan is I'll take all the hardware that I take off and throw it in this bucket here. Then I'll have everything. And it shouldn't be too bad. We'll find out. Now I have the engine harness out, the shifter cables out, ECU out. I think the last thing I need to do is get the drive-by-wire box, which is right over there. I'm not sure why they bothered with drive-by-wire, because all they did was put a cable attached to the throttle paddle, which goes to that box, which goes to the ECU that drives the throttle body. I suppose you save some hardware, but you know, the newer stuff all has a throttle pedal with that built in, so you don't have the physical cable. I don't know if I'll use that, we'll see. So yeah, I'm almost done here today and off to the next thing. There she is, all loaded up, ready to go home. Well, I made it back with the J series. So I started looking around at it a little bit. Timing belt is still intact. If you can see that, yeah, you can. Looks like it's in pretty decent shape too. The thing is just absolutely filthy, but that's kind of to be expected with motors out of the junkyard. That valve cover on the back could use some cleanup and paint, but it came with all the coils, all the injectors, fuel rails, throttle body. I did get the whole wiring harness and everything. Everything looks pretty good with one exception. So this is the mount where it mounted to the Accord. And you can see here the casting is broken on the transmission. And I thought maybe they had done that when they pulled it, but if you look at the corrosion there, that's not a fresh break. That was broken when it was in the accident. So I either need a new outer case for it, which is probably pretty expensive, or I need to get a AC TIG welder and weld this back together, which I might be able to do. My other idea is there are some motor mount holes on the bottom here. I might put a strap from the bottom up to the top here when I build this mount, and then use some of the strength from the bottom bolts to hold the top one. I'm not so crazy about that. I don't find any other damage on the motor or trans besides this, so that's not so bad. And I think it's something I can overcome. Yeah, so looking at it here, I think that what happened is the exhaust manifold got hit and it pushed the whole motor back a little bit. Post mount threads are stripped out over here, but otherwise should be ready to go.